What's up, YouTube? We're back. We're out at a local park here in Northeast Florida. Going to throw a few crab traps in, see if we catch anything. Y'all are coming along with me. Alright, folks, so I brought 5 traps with me. Just going to get these baited up here. And you really don't need to spend a lot of money to do this, to come out here and do some crabbing. This is the most expensive trap I'm using today, and I think I paid $20 for this thing. I got it off like Amazon or something, I don't remember. But like I said, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money to come out here and catch crabs. You know, just that's it right there. Little piece of chicken. Going to throw this thing in there. This is another trap that I've been using. These are even cheaper. These little ring traps here. I got this rope from Dollar Tree. Came with this little plastic holder. And these little cotton ring traps here. These are like $3, $4. Pick them up at Walmart. Target sometimes has them. Walmart, depending on where you are. You can get these at Bass Pro. That's where I got these from, the local Bass Pro shop. So I'm going to get these guys all baited up. Good them out there in the water, and we'll see if we catch anything. Alright, folks, now I wanted to show you this trap here. This trap my wife got off of Temu. Okay, it says it's made for crab. We've used it with some success for catching crab. So it's got these little ports here that the crabs can get in. I'm going to tie some chicken down here in the bottom of this thing, but you know, it's just like a little collapsible ring trap, basically, is all it is. So once the crabs get in, they kind of tend to stay in there. They're not overly hard to get out. But again, this is something that you can get for just a few dollars if you have a very limited budget. You can't afford a good trap. One of the big, you know, well-made box traps like my buddy Harold from Wishard Wire makes. And his are super cheap as well. They're super affordable, depending on your budget. But if you've got no money, right, and you just want to get out there and start crabbing, this is a good way to go. Like, this was like, I don't know, $8 or $10 off of Temu. Right here, these. These are $3 at Bass Pro. And another $1 at the Dollar Tree for the string with the holder on it. And I just put a little 1-ounce sinker on there. That's it. I mean, a couple of bucks. That's all you need. Go get yourself some chicken. Get out here. Anywhere where crab are, you can go anywhere. I mean, now I'm here at one of the state parks. You can go in the Intercoastal. You can even go into some places where... Alright, folks, we just got these last 2 traps here. We'll get these guys baited up. We'll get them out there soaking. And hopefully, when my wife gets home from work tonight, because I've got the day off today, and she says, "What's for dinner?" I can tell her that we're having crab for dinner. So again, this is how I bait these up. I just get a zip tie and drop it. And then I get a zip tie again. And I just come right through the mesh here on the bottom of these traps. Put that chicken in there. And then just get it cranked down. That's simple. Last piece of chicken. Last trap. So I'm using 5 traps today. The limit of traps here in Florida is 5 per person. That ain't gonna work. It is also stone crab season here in Florida. And as an individual fishing off the dock, I am allowed to keep claws. You can keep both claws on the crabs here in Florida. For stone crabs, they got to be 2 7/8 from the knuckle to the tip of the fixed claw. So if we get any of those, we're going to go ahead and keep them. And if we get blue crab, well, we're going to keep the blue crab that are big enough to keep. So we'll get these last 2 in the water, get them soaking, and give them about 20 minutes or so, and Hopefully we catch dinner. If not, I guess I'm putting something in the sink to defrost tonight. Let's see what happens. All right, folks, we're going to check these two traps here real quick. Let's see what we have. There's nothing in that one. I had a small one in that one earlier. I probably could have kept it for bait, but it was a little too small. Nothing in that trap. A little tangled up here. I think I'm going the wrong way. I'm not sure what happened here, but we're tangled up. That looks a little bit better. Well, nothing in those two. Let's check the other ones. All right, folks, so there's not a whole lot going on here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get my gear, I'm going to pack up, and I'm going to head to another spot and throw the traps in there and see if we can catch anything there. Let's see what happens. All right, folks, let's see if we got anything. Nah, there's nothing in there. Nothing. All right, we got a couple more to check. All right, so we got two traps right here. Check this one first. Nothing. Not even a baby. This ain't gonna be much of a crab video if we don't catch any crab now, huh? Let's check this guy right here. There we go. You know what, folks? I'm talking to my net. But you know what? I'm going to let both of these go, I think. They're not really that big, and this guy here was trying to mate with that girl there. Yeah, that's a male crab right there. So we're just going to drop both of them right back where they were. Here's a female. She's just a little girl right there. But you can tell the difference between the two. Right here. See how wide that is? That's a female. Male's just got like a little skinny one right there. These guys were they were trying to mate. So I think we're just gonna drop both of them right back down in there. Put this trap back out. And that's something. That's the first time I've actually seen that. That crab was locked onto that female. So we're just going to let those go. So if I catch any females, I'm probably just going to throw them all back. It's looks like it's mating time for them right now. All right, folks, we're going to check this trap again. Let's see here. Nothing in that one. They just don't like that trap today. Let's go take a walk. Wind's picked up a little bit. Feels pretty good out here. Tide's just starting to shift around, starting to go out. Yeah, I know. I didn't bring my head cam or anything like that with me today. That tide is really going out. Nothing in any of them there. This one down here is one that had some crab in it earlier. Let's see if we got them now. We'll check this one here on the end too. If there's anything brewing in that one. Yeah, we got a keeper. Come on out of there. Come on. Let go. There we go. Not as big as I'd want, but we'd take him home and he might end up being, I might end up being bait. See, there's a difference. This one's a male. The one that I showed you earlier was a female. So you can see the carapace piece right there. Got a male crab right there. All right, and we'll go check this one down here. Take that walk. Oh wow, I got you guys flipping all over the place. Sorry. All right, let's see here. Let us see. Nothing. The tide might be pulling a little bit too hard for this trap. I think I'm going to move this one. I'll move it over here. There we go. Alright, so we got one so far. Not the biggest, but it's a crab. So we'll stay out here a little bit longer, see if anything else bites. Well, any more crabs at least. All right, folks, that's it. We're going to call it a day. There's not a whole lot going on. All we caught was those 3 crabs. So please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you out there on the next one.